So we've got a rulebook. This is 48 pages. It includes 9 different missions, and I've had a read through this morning, and it's got quite a good little amount of fluff in it. So you've got these little stories on the side, which sort of gives the background of the mining colony, which has been overrun by the gene stealers, and then a bit more detail about each of the characters. And we've got the instruction book here. So, good step-by-step instructions for each of the named Deathwatch guys. And so things like the teleport homer, servo skulls, which are pretty cool. And then for the gene stealers, so we've got the patriarch, the magus, primer, familiars, the pure strains, and then there's the hybrids, and then through to the aberrants and stuff. So the gene stealers are what I'm looking forward to the most out of this box set, because I'm planning on using them for the board game itself, and then also for games of Necromunda. So now we've got the sprues. So everybody is going to be really happy to know that there's no commingling on these sprues. So your Deathwatch sprues, which are these two here, it's just got the Space Marine characters on them. There's no gene stealers on these, just the Space Marine guys. So if you're planning on picking up a box of this or a couple of boxes of this to share with some friends, each of you will be able to get exactly the faction which you're after. So this one here has got a Salamander Terminator. There's heaps of detail on his armor, really nice sort of scale patterns and stuff. He's got his power fist with the melter gun attachment on it. And then this guy is either the Blood Raven or it's the Dark Angels character. And then some more on here. I think Commander Cassius is on this one. Sorry, Chaplain Cassius. And then the second sprue has your White Scars Biker. It's got your Imperial Fist. Looks like the Raven Guard and the Blood Angels guy. And I think this one, if I'm right, yep, it's got the Iron Hands character there as well. So that's the Deathwatch. For the Gene Stealer cult, you have this character sprue. So this one's got your Patriarch, it's got your Magus on here as well, and then it has one of the hybrids here. And then there's 2 identical sprues for the rest of the hybrids and the pure strain guys. So what I'm really liking about these guys is they've got this sort of ribbed armor, which is a throwback to the Gene Stealer cult models of the 90s. You've got the different generations on here. I'll see if I can get in close on one of the hybrid heads. So you see on this one here, you've got some really nice vein detail. It sort of naturally sort of fades out and stuff. So these are going to be really, really fun to paint. There's a reasonable amount of difference between each model. You can tell which generation they are based on how many mutations and stuff they have. And there's a couple of different head variants, so everything's not going to be exactly the same. So then we have the unit stat cards. Let's get these open. So this is for your Deathwatch. It contains their special rules, the combat dice and stuff which they roll. And then for the Gene Stealer special characters as well. So your Patriarch, your Primus, and your Magus. So I've only had a brief read through of the rules so far. You see on this bit we've also got wounded cards. So I'm not quite sure how these work in the rules yet. Hopefully Games Workshop will have a little preview of gameplay and stuff coming out shortly. So speaking of gameplay, one of the things which the Gene Stealer cult player has are these ambush cards. So these say sort of how you deploy your troops, how many of them you get, and sort of what weapons and stuff they're going to have. And then there's these gambits here, which are kind of like a special rule you can play at certain times during the missions to help swing the tide of battle into your favour. So we've got the bases. So there's a mixture of 32 rounds for the Space Marines and 25s for the Gene Stealer cult guys, and then some bigger ones for the Gene Stealer monsters. And then the tiles themselves. So if you give me a second, I'll just slice this open and then we'll take a better look at them. So they're nice, good, thick tile, nice and solid, and double-sided with different details on either side. So this will be how you set up your various configurations of the mining complex that these two forces are battling over. Really nice sort of atmospherics, dark, dingy, with the lighting and stuff like that. And then sort of a few sort of key pieces here. This looks like a bit of a vortex generator or something like that. So there are 8 of these all up. They're about a foot long and possibly 6 inches wide, so you can get a fairly good sized game board out of these. And then I'm sure you'll be able to sort of mix and match some of these with some of the tiles from, say, Execution Force or Space Hulk. So there's quite a bit of stuff in this box set. 39 of the Genestealer Cult models and 11 of the Space Marines. It's got quite a high sticker cost down here in New Zealand. RRP is $330, but you can pick them up for cheaper from local retailers such as Mighty Ape, who have announced that they're going to be doing it at $279. For you guys overseas, I think RRP in the UK is £100, and in the US it is around 125 or so. I could be wrong, so make sure you check on what it is. But they're looking like really cool models. I'm interested to see how the board game plays itself, but I'm very excited to finally get my hands on Genestealer Cult, because I missed out back in the early 90s when they were first around. So sort of a faction which I've always liked but have never been able to collect, and I'm really looking forward to getting them up and running and then playing them in some Necromunda and things like that. So thanks for watching, guys. I hope you enjoy seeing what's in this box set nice and early, and let me know if you're planning on pre-ordering it for release next week. So until next time, guys, happy modelling.